Welcome to my channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today we are doing a January recap. I read 7 books in the month of January. Okay, so starting my first book I read in January 2025 was Hunting Adeline. Now I read Haunting Adeline at the end, like right at Christmas. And then so this was the first book. This is the second book in the cat and mouse duet, Haunting and then Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I gave this, what did I give this? Let me check. I think I gave it like 4.5 star. Yeah. So I gave this a 4.5 star. Honestly, the thing stopping it from a 5 star for me was so much pain that I went through in part 1 of this book. And the FMC, you know, I don't want to go into details because I don't want spoilers for the storyline. But in part 1, she goes through some horrific things that absolutely break her. And what I absolutely love is in the second half of this book, she gets healing, she gets revenge, and the MMC is absolutely phenomenal with her in this book. He truly helps her and is just so good. He's so good in this book. He's so good. Okay. Yes, we love Zade Meadows. Okay. Then I went into There Are No Saints. This is by Sophie Lark. This one is a shorter book. I gave this, I'm gonna have to check each time. I gave this 3 stars, mainly because it's a short book, so there's not a ton of room to feel all the feels. I rate on feelings and how I like the emotional journey I go on through a book. So this was a 3 star for me because it was a good read. Is it fantastic? Is it life-changing? No. But is it good? It's a good little read. Absolutely. This girl is a artist and the MMC is also a artist, and he is a serial unaliver. He's a serial unaliver. There's also another male in this that is a serial unaliver, and without giving away like details of the story, basically he becomes the MMC becomes fascinated with her, and she needs a studio place to rent. She's an artist, and he ends up giving her space. And there's this scene in here that, oh my goodness, she is she's like getting back at him for something, and so she knows that he has cameras in her studio, so she ends up taking someone else to her studio, and as they are doing the dirty deed, getting spicy and all, she stares right at the camera, straight eye contact with the camera, knowing he's watching, to get revenge. Like well, I'm not sure where we left off because my camera storage was full, and then I realized my microphone wasn't even plugged in. So this was There Are No Saints. Good little book. It is short. It is just a small book by Sophie Lark. One thing I love about her books is they come with art in them. So cute. Some of them are spicy. And yeah, this was a 3-star read for me. Good little read. The next book, for most people, this was a reread, and this was the first time reading it for me, and I absolutely fell in love. This was the first 6-star read of the year. Absolutely, like infinity stars, to be honest. Okay, this book was so dang good. I absolutely fell in love with the Empyrean series. I am so in deep. Xaden Ryerson is #1 book boyfriend by far. He is phenomenal. And I love that throughout these books she leaves little hints and clues for things that come up later. So I actually do plan on doing a reread soon. I just want to give it a little more time between it. Probably next month I will do a reread, not in February but in March, of all 3 of the books, because I want to see if I can pick up on things, try and figure out a lot of the unanswered questions. But yes, Fourth Wing is set in a, if you haven't, I'm sure you've all heard of it, especially this month, because the third book came out this month. So it is set in Basgiath, which is a place where they have this war college, and it follows Violet, and the MMC is Xaden Ryerson. There's a lot of other side characters that are absolutely amazing. Dragons, war college battles, powers. I mean, such a good romantasy. So if you have not read this book, you need to go start this series ASAP. Like today. You need to start this series, okay? By the way, these are by Rebecca Yarros. She absolutely loves cliffhangers, and so she left on a cliffhanger in Fourth Wing, and so I immediately jumped into Iron Flame. This book is a lot thicker and a lot more in it. This one has some controversy around it. A lot of people didn't like this one as much. This was still a 5-star read for me. This was so good. I understand why they may not have liked it, because there was a lot of politics and world building kind of in the beginning. So it was a little bit slower than Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing just dived you right in. This had to kind of set things up, and I appreciate that. It was still phenomenal. There were still a lot of things going on, and so many Easter eggs in this book for the newest one that came out. So definitely annotate, tab, so good. Okay, again, left on a cliffhanger, and I still had about 1 or 2 days before the third one came out. So after reading this, by the way, I don't know if I said 5-star on this one. After reading this one, I'm gonna put it up here. I read, what was it, Little Stranger by Lee Rivers. Now this one I rated a 3-star. It was good, but this was the most taboo book I have read. It was taboo, and I was reading it and I was like almost like uncomfortable, but when you think about it, like there's no relationship, or there's no like blood relationship. So it is adopted siblings, but they like grow up together and they end up falling in love. There's just crazy things that happen in this book. It is a shorter book, but it was good. I rated it 3-star. Unless you're a dark romance girly, I don't recommend it. But if you are in dark romance, I recommend it. Check your trigger warnings and just know it is adopted sibling relationship, okay? So check your okay, this book has me in a chokehold, and this book is the main reason I want to do a reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. This is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the third book in the Imperium series. Craziness, by the way, look at that sprayed edge. Okay, super cute. I'm really bad, like the book's kind of warped though when I got it, but I waited like an hour outside in the freezing cold to get this Target edition. Onyx Storm. We don't know when the next book is going to be released, and so many crazy things happen in this book. I went through a roller coaster of emotions in this, and by the end I was feeling gaslit. I looked at the page, looked at the next, and I was like is my book missing pages? Like it like ended mid conversation. It was so crazy. I was like, what just happened? And I still think about the series. I've been reading more books since then, but I cannot get my mind off of this series. I'm actually currently reading ACOTAR, which I am trying to vlog, and I will be posting a vlog of me reading ACOTAR because I've never read that series before. But honestly, I don't think it was a good idea to read that series so soon after this. I thought it would be good to clear my mind, but I compare. I keep comparing to Xaden and Violet. I keep coming back to this series. I think about them literally every day. I think about this book every day. It has got me in a chokehold. So again, if you haven't read the series, go read it. But also just know we do not know when the next book's going to come out. Could be a year and a half, could be 2 years, could be 3 years. And it's a 5-book series and we only have 3 books. So there's that. Just a heads up, you're in for some mind. You're gonna be messed up, okay? Yeah. So after Onyx Storm, obviously, I immediately, like, I finished it, and then that evening I had to read another book because I was like, I need to clear my head, and I needed it to be something short, something spicy. So I read There Is No Place to Hide. Oh, I can't remember the author. I'm gonna have it up here and I'll have the author's name on it. I can't remember at this moment, but I read No Place to Hide. It is just 100 pages of dark spice. Okay, it is set in this carnival setting. It's a one night type of deal thing, and it's just smut. It's some dirty smut. Check your trigger warnings. But I needed something to clear my head, something that I could read quickly in one sitting and be done with. So that is why I read that. I rated this 2-star mainly because it's just smut. It was good smut. So it's not a 1-star because it was 2-star. It was good, okay? It was spicy. It was a good time at a carnival. So yeah, those are the books that I read this month. I also attempted to read 3 other books after Onyx Storm and after No Place to Hide. I wouldn't say I DNF'd them because I do plan on reading them. It just wasn't the time. Onyx Storm had me in a book slump. It was not the time to start. It just wasn't. So I'm not counting them. They're not anything. I'm gonna get back to those books, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe to my book channel. Welcome and thank you.